Awesome. Thanks for getting started, Jennifer. I'm so excited to be interviewing Leilani here. She's one of my Rockstar students this semester. She doesn't know yet, but Dragon front runner as well. Top three in the class for Dragon right now. So she's pushing hard. So I wanted to bring Leilani on here and interview her today for you guys to get some information, because Leilani's crushing it this year. And more importantly, she's doing it solo. She does not have any staff, no team, no employees right now. So everything she's been doing on her own at a really high level with really good conversion. So I wanted today, first, thank you for joining us, Leilani.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Yeah. So we want to jump right into it. We only have 15 minutes here. So I wanted to jump in and ask you what you're doing right now to generate new realtor relationships.
So first biggest thing is I am very consistent on my 40 realtor calls. That is basically do or die every day. I get on the calls. That's the first thing that I'm doing. I also am meeting realtors at their offices. So I am consistently in realtors' offices at least 2 to 3 a week, going in there, just being present and being in front of everyone. Also, I was able to gain this quarter a desk rental space in one of our top brokerages out here. That's also helping me.
Excellent. Yeah, you guys know we've been banging that drum live and local, right? So Leilani's getting out there, seeing people, being seen, and sometimes just like the consistency, being out there, being in front of them, right? A lot of people are in this business are squirrel focused, right? There's always something new pulling them away. And so if you stay in consistent contact and consistently in front of them, they're going to remember you when they've got that next deal. Cool. What else is going on? Or how about social? What else are you doing?
Social events is a must. So there is at least once a month, there's team meetings at realtor offices, but then usually once a week, there is multiple social events going around. So they don't always have to just be real estate. They could be, business partners, different things like that. So I'm constantly going to like the CVAR meetings, the Chamber of Commerce meetings, and then just sometimes there's just night outs where you get invited. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't always have to be just real estate. It could be family and friends that are doing something, hosting something, and you're wanting to get in front of people and taking every opportunity to talk about real estate without making it too salesy.
Yep, absolutely. That's great. Okay, so that's what we're doing to get new realtor partnerships. How about new leads, like just generating just basic leads every single month?
So optimizing my relationships. This market is about relationship building. I am constantly talking to my realtors, my VIPs, which VIPs are my family, friends, tax people, business owners. So if you're following the greatness tracker, the core really puts us down on that. If you're following that every single day and you're dialing all those calls and making sure you have a purpose for these calls. When I first started coaching, I was just dialing. Now it's every call is an opportunity. So taking advantage of that, relationship building, meeting people in person. So when I'm generating new leads, I'm contacting the realtors. The realtors know how to refer me. And we're also meeting these clients in person. Sometimes the realtor's like, hey, I have a lead. I don't know if they're already working with the loan officer, but I'm showing them an open house or I'm showing them houses. Maybe you should pop by. I'll stop by out of nowhere and be like, hey. And that relationship is the key to getting these leads and converting them.
Excellent. Okay. You mentioned something that I want to dig in a little bit, then how to refer you, right? That's really important. I think it's important that we teach not only our realtor partners, but our friends and family and past clients how to refer. So what's a couple of tactics you have on how best to refer Leilani?
So one thing, if they're in person with them, they're calling me on the call with them and handing the phone over. Another thing is if they're not in person with them and they just get this lead, instead of them just sending me the lead and I'm following up with them, I'm having them do a group message with me on it, introducing me, letting them know how they're basically talking me up as much as I'm talking them up when they call me. So letting them know my information, sending a group message. Once I get that lead, I'm also, sorry, I just went blank. So when they send that group message, they're introducing me right away. I'm calling them within 10 minutes. If they don't answer the phone, I'm sending them a video. So Great. It's just more so knowing like, hey, do you want a steak dinner or do you want McDonald's?
Right. So. Good. So speed to lead, right? Very important, right? Getting to them within 10 minutes. somebody once told me that leads can be like French fries, right? They're good for 10 minutes. After that, you might as well throw them away, right? No, now I'm not saying don't follow up with your 10 or 12 or 13-minute-old lead, but you got to get to them right away, right? Because in our society we live in, everything's happening so fast. Things are moving at us real fast. And if that person that's referring them does happen to give them 2 numbers, sometimes being second is first loser, right? And we just don't win if we're not the first one there. Cool. Okay. So also on the how to refer, right? I didn't notice you say they give out your business card at all, right? Like
No,
we don't want that.
No. So
Right.
I have business cards, but I'm not for the most part. Even when I go to events, I have I just downloaded this new app too, where they scan it and automatically I'm getting their information as well.
Good deal. All right. How about past clients? What are you doing with your past client database?
So past clients, I'm staying in front of them. One, we call them all the time, but I also gift them. So, and it's not talking about gifting a lot. Sometimes it's a birthday gift. Like, so you're sending them a card, maybe a $5, or now it's $10 or $15 for a Starbucks card.
For $5, right?
Yeah. So stopping by their house, finding out their kids, when's their kid's birthday. A lot of times getting into the heart of that family is through their kids, their grandchildren. You want to make sure that you're getting personal. It's not always business. When I'm calling past clients, sometimes it's just to talk, just to say, hey, how are you doing? What's going on? What's new in your life? Going by the Ford. But really just getting to know them, inviting them out to eat. I invite my past clients to go work out with me. So I don't always make it about business, but if you're in front of them, when somebody talks about loans, they're calling you. You're the first person they're going to think of.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, cool. Yeah, it makes me think of I've got a client, realtor friend of mine that it was his birthday, and I knew a lot about him, and so I was able to get him a $10 sneakerhead mug that he just absolutely loves, versus spending $50 or $100 on a gift card to a restaurant that he might never go to, right?
Exactly.
So finding out about your partners, finding out about your clients allows you to gift them in a much more impactful and less expensive way as well. So use that all about you form. If you don't have that, reach out to your concierge, get it all about you form. It's a great excuse to call clients and realtors and find out more about them so that you can better gift them inside of your gifting program. Cool.
Yes.
All right. So one of the other things I really wanted to dive into with you is you have amazing conversion, guys. Leilani's conversion rate from lead to app and pre-approval is off the charts. So tell us some of your tricks, some of your tactics to get that lead conversion up.
So again, it goes back to being personable with your clients. When I meet with clients, I really listen to what their why is on why they are trying to purchase. Sometimes it could be just that they just want to move up. Sometimes they are worried about, if something gets left behind their kids, or they don't have, or their return on investment. They don't realize they're caring about the return on investment. They think about what's going to happen if something happens to me. What's going to happen if I need to retire? Well, the return of investment on your home is the best way to have a retirement, have a savings. So just really listening to them. Of course, like I said, you have to meet these clients in person. Sometimes people, once they meet you, it's harder to say no to you. Once they get to know you and they know you're a real person, not just that person behind. One thing too is my clients are also on my Facebook. My clients are also on my Instagram. I like to let people see the real me. So it's not always just about business. They actually get to say, hey, that's a person and I want to work with her because I can talk to her. I can open up to her. I've had clients cry to me and, I felt like I'm a counselor at times, but I get that. But that's why I think I hold on to my clients so much.
I love that. Yeah. So guys, listen, like 2 ears, 1 mouth, using them accordingly, right? I think that's so important to get in there and really listen. So often we're in a hurry to relay our next point, or the client's explaining their question and the answer already, and they're not finished explaining the question, but you're jumping to answer the question, right? Because we're go. We're on a time schedule. We're time blocking. We really got to move on to the next thing. Slow down a minute, really listen. You'll have much better conversion than if you're not listening and you're just plowing information at clients. The other thing you said is the ROI discussion, right? Like that's so important to have, guys. Like that cements people into buying a house when they're thinking, maybe I should or shouldn't do this, right? Very simple, right? Use very conservative numbers. You buy a house today for $500,000, you get 3% annual rate of return. The next 5 years, what are we going to make on that, right? You're going to make $15,000 a year times 5, $75,000. If you put 3% down on that, you put $15,000 down, right? So you got a massive rate of return. You made $75,000 on $15,000 invested. Amazing rate of return, right? And so annualized, that's spectacular. It's like almost 100% rate of return, right? So if we show clients that in that initial consultation, then when they feel a little wishy-washy as we're getting in, maybe they've written 5 or 6 offers and they're getting beat every time, excuse me, and they're about to give up, then we can circle back to that ROI conversation we had in the initial consultation and remind them. If you do that when they're already banging their head against the wall and on their way out, then they're thinking we're just trying to save a client, save a commission, right? But we have that initial consultation up front so that we can get that information to them and remind them why they're buying that house. I love that. That's really good.
And follow up is the key too, as well. Make sure you're calling them every Wednesday, your pre-approvals. That should be your main, make sure you're getting those calls done. And on Fridays, another tactic that I do is I do send out a video, a personalized video to all my pre-approvals, letting them know, hey, I'm here. I hope you have a great time looking for homes. And call me if you have any questions. I'm always here.
Awesome. I
Staying
love that.
in front of them.
Yep. And one of the things that I see in you too on our coaching calls is, Leilani, you're a lot of fun, right? You also have a little bit of fun inside this process. And, it's also great to be positive, right? There's a lot of negativity out there in the world, in the news, and even in our real estate market, right? With the NAR lawsuit, there's a lot of upheaval. Be positive, right? Like stay positive, get in front of this. Whatever is happening right now, this too shall pass. We will find the promised land. And that's the important piece is this NAR lawsuit right now, the upheaval we feel about it right now, is it going to matter in 5 years? Or is it going to matter that you bought a house 5 years ago and it's gone up in value 50%, right? Exactly. That's what's important. Cool. Great. Well, Leilani, what's next in your business? What are you working on right now?
So I'm expanding my market right now. I've been exploring new avenues of leads. I've been really trying to attack builders, which I've landed 4 builder contracts in the past month. I'm also starting to focus myself on divorce lawyers because sometimes they need that refinance or cash somebody out and so on. So basically staying ahead of this market, like you said, the NAR, there's so many people, everybody's putting their own twists and turns on what's going to happen. But I've been just letting the realtors know, like, hey, nothing's going to change. We just got to talk to more people. You can't just text. You can't just call. You can't just look on a screen and say, okay, this is where I'm at. Call and communicate with them. So
that's right. If we do run into recessionary times, money gets tight. I mean, what's the number one reason why people get divorced and fight, right? It's over money. Yeah. So, that this could lead to more of that happening. So it's best to be in front of it and have those relationships built. All right. So you guys may not know this, but Leilani's a grandma and she's got loads of kids, loads of grandkids. She's been building a great business this year all on her own. So obviously she's got time handled. So Leilani, give us like maybe 1 or 2 really good time management, time tactics that you have.
Prioritize, time block, and delegate. Okay, so prioritizing, make sure you identify what's important, what are the things that have to get done every day, and make sure those are on your calendar. When I'm saying time block, during that time, you need to turn off whatever you're doing and actually do what you need to do. Delegate. So you said I've been by myself, but I did recently, tell like my daughter who is a little bit older, and I'm like, hey, I'll pay you. I need you to do this. So she does my grocery shopping. She does like the things that I can't do, I'm able to delegate. I have an assistant finally coming on starting Monday. So I'm excited for that. But delegating your time, the things that don't need you to be in front hand, your goal is to be out there selling and in front of everybody.
That's right. I love that. Yeah. Outsourcing the groceries. I mean, who would love never to step foot in a grocery store again? I know I wouldn't. I'm not a big fan. All right, cool. Well, our time's coming to end. Any last points that you want to bring up? Anything else that maybe we missed along the way?
The only thing I want to say is thank you to everybody at the core. This family, as joining it, I was adamant for 3 years before I actually joined. When I actually joined, I realized how much I was missing. It's not just helped with my lending, it's helped with my personal life, my marriage, just knowing how to get through your day and having someone to help guide me.
I love that. Couldn't agree more. So the message today on what I've heard from Leilani is one of my favorite sayings is consistency is undefeated, right? So be consistent with your time blocks, be consistent with your delegation, be consistent with getting out face-to-face in front of clients and partners, and you're going to crush it. Thank you guys for having us. And it was great to see you. Thanks again, Leilani.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
All right, Jennifer, do we have you? You going to close us out? I guess not. All right. Well, we're going to sign off here, guys. Everybody, thank you so much. Oh, there she is. We found her. Headphones not working. That's okay. We're going to sign off. There, yes. We got you now. Thanks,
okay.
Jennifer.
Sorry. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for having us. You guys have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.